is that the branches that are falling off. No, like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 branches that just so happen to fall that way.
Yeah, no, I seen this not long ago down in a friend of mine between Mandurah and Pinjarra. He lives there, and he showed me a creek. I don't know if you've seen the video, but the same principle where it was under here. See, it's overlapping each other. I mean, it can fall. I mean, nature can fall and overlap, but when you got one here, one here, one here like that, it's too many to be.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, to me that's actually a structure. It's actually a small structure.
Yeah. There's rocks here even. And you've got really big old trees here.
Do you ever see rock stacks out here? Like where you'll see rocks just on top of each other?
No, but then again I haven't been looking. So there's this big tree here, and there's another big tree through there a bit. But I had a Noongar friend that stayed with me a while back.
Oh yeah?
And he come and stayed for a week. I hadn't seen him since I was 17 years old. And when he come here, he just cried the whole week he was here.
Oh, he just...
He'd get up and go walk about in the morning, and he just, something emotional happened to him here. But he was leaning up against the other big old tree. I was down on the track.
Yeah.
And I photographed him. So the tree's behind him, he's looking south. I photographed him, and then when I went back and looked at it and enlarged it,
yeah,
I thought he had this big brow bag, you know, this big bulbous brow. It was really spooky.
Oh, yeah, like the forehead.
Troll.
Yeah, a bit like the forehead's protruded back, and you've got big eye sockets.
Yeah, well, and the big brow.
The big brow ridge.
It just, I mean, he doesn't look like that.
Oh,
it's so weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
There's always something overlaid perhaps. Or... I'll take you to a quick drive with the email I sent you with that structure.
Yep.
This part of the bush I don't think I've ever gone to. But my daughter Ruby,
Yep.
my other daughter, she lives up in Karratha now. She's the one that's been over this property the most because she'd ride a horse everywhere.
Okay. See, I noticed on the way down here, all the creeks are dry.
Yeah, so I've got 7 lakes on this property.
Right, so when the creeks are dry, wherever dams and lakes are, is where animals and yowies would go to.
Yeah, well, so I've got, so even though there's salt lakes, there is dams all over the property.
Yep. Oh, so you got salt lakes as well?
There's 7 salt lakes on the property.
Okay.
We went to a real big one yesterday, right out in the back corner. There's supposed to be a camp. I mean, this is, we're on the 4-wheeler, and we've kind of driven around the perimeter of the lake. It's dry now, the lake's dry, and it's just too thick with paper bark to be able to see if there is anything.
Do you ever see your fence tampered with where it looks like someone's been pushing it down? And...
Oh, that could be animals though.
Yeah, animals, yeah.
Emus here, roots. So this is the border of this property.
Okay.
If you ever want to go hunting, all the roos are here in the morning, and when you're coming up that track, and they'll tear down this way to the left.
Okay. You sort of corner, if you want to go hunting, you corner them in that spot there.
Absolutely. They even like bounce into the fences though. It's a beautiful property. I'm so lucky to live here.
How long have you been here for?
Late 2017 I moved in.
Yeah, right.
And I paid $150 a whole.
Wow, that's awesome.
An old
See, look at that. You got this whole property to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, so they don't run any sheep on here anymore. It's only sharecropping.
See, that sort of place there, even though it's dry, if you get a bit of dampness from any recent rain, that's where you can find footprints. If you ever want to do a little bit of research for yourself in your spare time, when it's been raining there, you know the dry mud, it'll be a bit damp. That's where footprints could be.
Yeah.
So just remember that when after a rain, go down there for a bit of a, you know, get yourself a thermos or something, even if you're walking around there.
Yeah. I can't imagine it. I don't know. You know, I think, you know, why is there being bugger all reportings in WA compared to the
the landscape and the fauna and fauna is different in the eastern states too. You got sort of subtropical areas.
Yeah.
Then you got a lot of
That's where when you turn right here.
Yep.
That takes you out to one of the big lakes out there, but you can't get there by car.
Okay.
It's even hard going there with a 4-wheeler.
because the time of the day sort of gives a different feel about the place too, do you? Yeah. See, down here's interesting. This is down here's.
Now, apparently there's an eagle nest out this way somewhere that's over 20 years old.
Yeah, really. See, this is pretty scrubby through here.
The big lake. See in a minute.
Yep.
So that's inaccessible. That land there, you could not walk through.
See, this is where they'd be coming from. See how you've got the open land on the other side?
Yeah.
If they're coming from anywhere, they use these as pockets. I call it corridor hopping.
Yeah.
As I talk about in my different videos,
Yeah.
they'll use corridors to go from one pocket of bush to another.
Yeah. They've actively, like the environmentalists have actively created our animal corridors.
Yeah.
This property is part of the Gunweeney, what's that word? Yeah, this is part of that.
Oh, really?
Part of that trail. Or corridor, or whatever it's called. Found the tree that the lightning hit. I showed a photo to Al. I said, would this be it? Because you can see it was all fresh. And he goes, oh my God, he says, you bloody beauty. He says, you found it. I said, yeah, no smoke. Nothing's alive.
Have you ever been down here in the when it starts?
No.
This would be wouldn't surprise me to go activity through here for sure.
I was down here on my own the other day.
Yeah.
And I started walking towards, you can see bits of the lake.
Yep.
Trees. I started walking.
Yeah, look at that scrub there. I mean, look at that. I mean, perfect place to hide. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you mean. A little bit of bush bashing.
Yeah.
There's that tree over there. I recognise it from your photos.
That's it.
Straight away I see it. Now it stands out. Straight away I see it. That stands out. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, as we were driving, I seen that stand out, and I remember it from the photos you showed me.
Yeah.
I don't see any trees the
That
same
doesn't
as.
make sense, does it?
Well, look at the trees around it already. I'm trying to find a tree the same as that. Let's have a look.
It's got something to do with that fallen log there.
I doubt it. That fallen log's pretty old. Look, it's rotted away to that. I don't think this would still be here like this. This is more recent than that log. How long it's been here, I'm not sure, but that log's been here longer than this.
It just doesn't make sense when you look around at the trees.
There's no trees here that it's fallen from.
No.
You can clearly see that this is different. There's no trees here, so
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
No.
Straight away, now you show me in the actual location.
I think I was about this angle when I took that photo where it looks like it's got an eye.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that must have been what the... That must have been what the eye was. It was that bit of moss.
Yep.
And it just must have been through the night at the time of the day that kind of glowed.
But instantaneously, as soon as we turned up, I can see this, but all the trees around it,
Yeah.
different trees. They're not the same. Back there, you got the same type of tree, but there's no way in the world, wind or no wind,
No.
would have. You'd have to have a hurricane, like a cyclone.
It could come off a bigger branch.
To me, this has been placed here,
Because even if it had fallen from, say,
but it's not from that tree though.
Yeah,
This is not from these trees here.
you reckon it's a different kind of...
This is like that tree over there. See all those logs in the tree over there?
Yeah.
That's the same type of tree.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't believe it to be from this log here. This log I reckon to be here. It's been here a lot longer than this has.
Yeah.
So it's not from that. Well, that is strange, because if you had a tree like that, or like, you know, the same material as this close by, you could say,
That's where I was thinking of, like, if we're going to leave an offering or something. Hang it from the centre here or something.
yeah, just dangle it, hang it from the centre.
Yeah,
Just hang it from there.
yeah.
Give it a great northern. Go and put one there, see if they crack the can open.
Don't know like red apples.
They do. They like red apples better than green.
Yeah.
I learnt that. I thought they'd like bananas, but for some reason they leave bananas. They don't touch them as much as apples. They like red apples.
They're not citrus
Yeah.
as well. But yesterday, so we were out in the lake.
So that's actually a salt lake, is it? Or is it
they're
fresh
all
water?
salt. There is
Okay.
a couple of lakes on here that have started to turn brackish.
But there
like
is-
I said, there's plenty of dams around.
So there's plenty of fresh. Well, yeah,
Well, dams are fresh
Yeah.
water.
yeah.
But yeah, abundance of wildlife, roos, emus. Then, you know, when there is water in all the lakes, you've got all your waterfowl.
Yep. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Your photo looked interesting, and it makes sense here too,
Yeah.
being in the location.
We'll come back. So what's the plan, do you reckon? Come down a bit later on.
Well,
and
I reckon-
check it out?
Yeah, I reckon the plan is, if you want to come down and see if you get any activity, come down here as the sun's going down.
Yeah. And
just-
leave an offering.
Yeah, leave it off.
There's 111 hectares. It's cat and fox-proof fencing.
Oh yeah,
So Green Skills are heavily involved in that area. So they're putting trail cams up. And then there was trail cams put up somewhere, a trail cam that Al, the owner, put up.
yep.
And he was mucking around and he sent me this message of this video of something furry walking past the camera. And he goes, oh look, he's taking the piss out of me. Oh look, Peter, a Yowie. I went, no, I think that's just a possum. But then funnily enough, he used to laugh at me every time I tell him a story. And then I said something the other day to him. He went, oh yeah. So it makes me wonder, did he start watching the videos I was sending him? Has it opened his mind up? He's in forestry, so he's spent a lot of time. Very knowledgeable man when it comes to bush.
Years
and-
ago, I spoke to a guy. His job is to work out in the forest late at night, down dirt tracks and out in the middle of nowhere, fixing wires and different things. And I said to him, "So you ever come across anything weird?" And he says, "Oh yeah, I've seen some weird stuff out there." He says, "It's spooky as." He says, "I've seen some weird stuff," and he didn't directly say Yowie, but he knew there's things out there. Yeah.
Mate, they're so close to the first and that. Like Mundaring and there's that. Look, that's. So I was driving by. Jake was driving, so I was on the passenger side, and that just caught my peripheral vision as I went by. But there's the tree that just got hit by lightning. And just come for a walk up.
Yeah, right.
It's quite amazing how the top of it's fallen down, and that was like a big pyramid structure. Yeah, I don't like my luck. I don't think I'll ever get to see one. But then again, if you know, if you believe in all the spiritual stuff with what's going on.
You never know. After me turning up out here, you might get activity.
What do you want to tractors here for?
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you actually hear that?
No, I
When
didn't hear it. But I have been sitting at the house and I've heard trees fall.
Says it looks like it's hit here and there.
Yeah, well, Alice said the strip of bark going down would have been where it earthed itself or something.
Yeah. So it's hit this, bang, and then it's... Geez,
Go
that...
back and actually come back here.
Yeah.
And this is an old burn, but if you look up the top of where the fresh stuff is, you can see a bit of black right up the top.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if they needed somewhere to hide, they can hide on this property. No one comes in here.
This scrub here, definitely. Because
No one
I
comes
knew, I sort of had an idea what your property looked like. I even Google searched it. And I could see there's bush area nearby. Then you got open fields, open paddocks. And I thought the bush area, this obviously the bush area is what I was looking at. Yeah. On
This is
Google.
natural bush.
Yeah.
So it's 2,000 acres. So you've got a bit of plantation. You've got so the all the crop paddocks are where you've got your dam
Yeah.
and your crop paddocks. That thing I was telling you, it screamed at my bedroom window this night, right?
It screamed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Is it just outside?
Right outside my bedroom window at night time.
Yeah.
And no one was home. For some reason I decided, and I had these big old heavy duty floppy Ugg boots on. And so I've gone outside and it sounded like it ran from the front of my bedroom through the front of the horse, a little bit in the paddock, and then it's hit the driveway, running down the driveway towards the road. And I've kind of gone halfway down the driveway and I could still hear these noises. And I only had the light of my phone. So, the light of a phone doesn't give you much.
It doesn't go that far
Doesn't
around,
go that
no.
far, but kind of right
Just
down
enough to light some, yeah.
well, right down the end of the driveway, then I saw these, it was green eyes.
Yep.
And then I thought to myself, I don't know, I had all these things, is it a pig, was it a wild pig? Because you still hear that screamy, kind of weird sound. And so I've accidentally put my light off and I'm stumbling and shitting myself how to get my light back on. And then the light came on, that's when I saw the eye shine, I've just turned and ran back to the house.
Oh, yeah.
But, was it two foxes stuck together? I don't know.
No,
When
it
they
sounds...
get stuck and
Yeah, no, the story doesn't... Yeah,
and the horses didn't freak out in the front paddock.
no.
They would have, you'd think they would have been freaking out. But then
Well,
again,
I've seen white eyes. I've seen plenty of red and white.
yeah.
I've never seen green, but I've heard that they can be green as well.
Oh, they reckon they can come in any colour,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Yeah. I've heard stories that people seeing green eyes.
And they naturally glow. They don't have to be a reflection from light.
No, they're actually self-luminous
Yeah.
in the dark.
Yeah.
So even though you'll get eye shine glow from the torch
Yeah.
or spotlights, whatever, you'll also get glow in complete darkness
Yeah. Yeah.
when it's self-illuminate. I've seen that.
How do they do that? Huh. That's not such a... yesterday I also noticed when we were riding around this big lake, as I was riding and I'm looking, I kind of saw...
In the corner of your eye? It's always in the
big
corner of your eye?
corridors.
Yep.
Of
Oh, like trail, like...
like trails, but too big for... They just look like really... Oh, it's hard to explain.
like game trails, like where the
Bigger
animals are
than
going
game
through.
trails, though, but
Yeah.
Not a trail either though, if you know what I mean? It just looked like a clean...
Oh, like
like
something's
a
actually
bush.
swept straight through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot, isn't it?
Oh, it's warmed up, all right.
This little XL bloody brilliant little car too.
Oh, they're good little cars.
My daughter.
They never stop.
My daughter said she was going to sell it. I went, nah. It's cheaper to run than diesel.
Yeah, years ago, diesel used to be cheaper.
I know.
Now it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's only because everyone's driving four-wheel drives now.
Yeah.
I remember when Mum first got gas. And I said, oh, it'll get expensive, Mum. It won't stay cheap. They get the gas conversions done in the car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my old man had the gas conversion years ago
Yeah.
on his HX Holden, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly has warmed up out here, isn't it?
Yeah. It does. It gets, I always find that with this region, it seems to get.
It's strange because coming in here, I didn't notice it, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's
It's
hidden.
hot, yeah, absolutely. I get the same. It's only work down the road too, so I've just recently bought an old shopping tent up.
Yep.
So I'm slowly doing that up into accommodations. This property only had, there was power lines that were only giving power to this property and one other farm.
Yep.
So the power lines got taken down. Now I've got a huge big solar panel with diesel generator out in the paddock.
Yeah, right.
So by rights I should never not have power here.
No. So you got a shop, you got like a little delicatessen, isn't
Well,
it?
no, it was a shop that was built in 1920.
Yeah.
It'd been closed. It was just always a general store, you know, and it'd been closed for over 10 years. So I brought it. It sits on a quarter acre, big shed at the back. The building itself is 310 square metres.
Yeah.
And I've slowly been, I've put a couple of bedrooms in the wall up. Still got a cool room. There was 2 cool rooms, and they've got one still. It's down like an embankment to a swampy lake area.
Okay.
Yes, they couldn't make big focus on that around here because even though we're isolated, there still is farms around the area, you know.
Is it farms with cows close by?
No.
Okay.
Sheep.
The reason I ask that is because Yowies, when they're near farms with cows close by, they actually communicate between the cow bellows.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually experienced that in a place called Kingaroy
Yeah,
in Queensland.
yeah,
You got Kilcoy,
yeah.
and then you got Kingaroy. In the upper Kingaroy, we stayed on this homestead,
Yeah,
and you could hear the bellows of the cows in the distance, and there's a bit of scrub and bush close by.
yeah,
And you heard them yelling out to each other, the
Yeah.
Yowies in between the bellows.
yeah.
They was actually calling their names.
Yeah.
I actually recorded it. But they do it in between the bellows of the cow.
Yeah.
So the cows would be mooing away, bellowing, and then you'd hear,
Yeah.
Umba! Like that.
Wow.
Yeah, yelling out Umba. I think Umba's I'd say it'd be a woman's name.
Yeah.
But Umba, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're well known. I mean, they mimic all sorts of animal noises too. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, their communication could just be animal noises. We don't know what they're saying, but they do to each other, perhaps.
But they do have their own unique language as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the secrets?
Ancient.
Do you reckon they have, every country then would have a unique language?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But they also can speak any language, I think.
Like in here. Take you to the biggest lake. Well, one of the biggest ones. I think the one we went to yesterday is bigger. Now, I remember Al rang me up one night because we get roost shooters that come here
Yeah.
and they actually work for,
Oh, the dog
Fire
meats. Dog meats, isn't it?
yeah, dog meats.
Yeah.
I think we pulled this fire out the other day with a car. Shit, there it is there.
Yeah, right. Oh, so he just lets you know, does he? He's in the area.
Yeah, he lets me know that like people, you know, got the roost shooters are coming out tonight. And then I remember one night Al said to me, he said, has there been any abnormal activity out in the property? Like people, you haven't heard any people shooting or anything, have you? I went, no, why? And he goes, since the roost shooter said tonight that the roos were exceptionally spooky,
Yeah?
which makes me wonder, was there a hunt on perhaps?
all over the property.
Yeah, and it all changes. But around this area, I'll show you. This area reminds me of very kind of land. Especially when, like in winter,
Yeah.
you get these beautiful little circular pockets kind of.
Oh, yep.
And it just looks so pretty. A lot of roo activity through here. You got a lot of. See that? What's that?
Little lizard. Lizard just went through.
You can eat that.
Yeah, I was looking at like impressions in the ground already.
This stuff's edible.
Yeah.
Very salty though.
All this is edible, is it?
Yeah, apparently. You'd have to soak it in fresh water to make it edible, right? Yeah, hell of a lot of.
Geez, you think you're on another planet when you come out here.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, this is the sort of place when it's damp, where it's just been raining.
Yep.
You get prints.
That's see the kids come down here and rip it up.
Little racetrack.
Yeah. Walking this one. The one we were on yesterday wasn't walking anywhere. Burnouts at the bottom.
You ever hear tree knocks out here? Like you sort of out of the blue, you just hear a knock.
But then again, you know, I'm not out.
Yeah, you're not deliberately sort of consciously listening, I suppose. It's
I've
just
just picked up a branch and knocked a tree. The strangest thing I told you about that on the phone though is a cry I heard.
yeah.
So my daughter and I, Renee,
Yeah.
we're in the kitchen and we got into an argument about something. And I saw her go outside because I was sitting at that back patio. I saw her go outside. And then, I don't know, 5 minutes went by and I thought, well, she hasn't come back in yet. So I went looking for her and I heard the cry. That's right, I heard the cry, like a proper girl's cry.
Yep.
So I went looking for her and I walked right around the shearing sheds, the whole house kind of region, and couldn't find her. And then I walked inside and she's in the kitchen. I says, where did you go? And she goes, nowhere.
She was there the whole time.
Oh, she did step out. She did,
she
go
did step
outside,
out, but she
yeah,
was
but
she was close by.
I said, what are you crying for? And she looked at me and she goes,
I'm
I
not.
wasn't crying. And I could see she hadn't been crying.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard a cry. I full on heard a proper cry and I thought you were crying. And she's just looked at me and I've looked at her and we've gone, ooh.
Oh yeah, like is it? Yeah.
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 So I think she's starting to believe in.
See,
But I
they
think-
do things like that. This is where people start to open their minds up a bit, even if people are not believers or don't really think about this subject. Is topics that you talk about, subjects where an incident like that occurs, and you can clearly hear it's a cry, but it's not. It's no one.
No,
There's no one around.
no. But I mean, there could be so many other things too, though. You know. Every now and then you'll get it. I'll be sitting there, and everything goes quiet. Do you know when it's like when nature stops breathing for a bit?
Yep.
And there's just that absolute stillness.
That's
And then you'll get a particular bird that you don't hear often. That'll be just the main focus of it, making a noise kind of. And apart from that though, I mean, I've never, you know, I don't even close my curtains at night time. I probably should.
you get the glowing eyes out there.
Oh, how many people have come face to face with them at the
Oh.
window?
They're very curious. They'll look in the window, all right.